Welcome back and thank you for joining me today in this deep dive into one of the most fascinating, rare, and highly valued coins in modern numismatics. Today, we're exploring a coin that, at first glance, may seem ordinary, a humble Lincoln penny, 1 cent in face value, but carries an astonishing backstory that elevates it far beyond its everyday monetary worth. We are focusing on the 1973 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, and a specific subset of these coins that, due to errors, mistakes, and mint mark anomalies, has reached an estimated value of $448,000 million. It's a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors, historians, and enthusiasts worldwide, a coin that exemplifies how rarity, minting mishaps, and extraordinary circumstances can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. To understand why this coin has reached such unprecedented heights in valuation, it's important to consider the context of its creation. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, was designed by Victor David Brenner and quickly became one of the most iconic coins in the United States. Over the decades, minor changes in design, metal composition, and minting processes have produced a wide array of collectible variations, but it is often in the modern era, during mass production, that the most unexpected errors occur. The 1973 penny falls squarely into this category. While the total mintage for that year was high, only a microscopic fraction of coins emerged with the unusual characteristics that have propelled them into the rarefied air of multi-million-dollar collectibles. The story begins at the Denver Mint in 1973, where tens of millions of pennies were being produced to meet national demand. Like any high-volume production facility, the Denver Mint operated under significant pressure to maintain speed and efficiency. Every year, thousands of planchets, the blank discs that would eventually become coins, were fed through presses capable of striking hundreds of coins per minute. While the machines were designed for precision, the sheer scale of production inevitably introduced opportunities for human and mechanical error. In most cases, these errors were minor, producing coins with slight die shifts or imperfect strikes that might pass unnoticed in circulation. Occasionally, however, the anomalies were dramatic, resulting in coins that would later become legendary among collectors. Among the most significant of these anomalies for the 1973 Lincoln penny were mint mark errors, double dies, off-center strikes, and partial or misaligned collar strikes. Each of these errors, on its own, can increase the value of a coin, but when combined in certain rare instances, the result is a coin so unique that it becomes essentially one of a kind. The Denver Mint mark, a simple D beneath the date, is usually consistent, but on some of the rare 1973 specimens, collectors have documented the presence of doubled or tripled mint marks. This phenomenon occurs when the coin is struck multiple times on the same planchet, or when the die itself has been misaligned during the minting process. The resulting effect is often dramatic, creating letters that appear layered, stretched, or shadowed, and instantly signaling to collectors that something extraordinary has occurred. The 1973 Lincoln penny also features some of the most remarkable die errors ever documented for the series. Die cracks, die breaks, and die clashes are relatively rare in modern coins, but in this case, they have produced striking visual anomalies that are impossible to ignore. A die clash occurs when two dies strike each other without a planchet between them, transferring portions of one design onto the other. When this occurs, subsequent coins struck with the affected die can carry ghost-like impressions of the obverse or reverse design. On certain 1973 pennies, the obverse shows faint, misplaced impressions of Lincoln's profile, as if the coin is carrying a shadow of itself from a parallel universe. Collectors describe these as phantom Lincoln coins, and their rarity is immediately apparent. Only a handful are believed to exist in the world, and each specimen commands intense attention whenever it appears in auctions or private sales. Another factor contributing to the extreme valuation of this coin is the presence of off-center strikes and partial collar strikes. During the minting process, a planchet must sit precisely in the collar, the ring that holds it in place while the dies strike. If the planchet is misaligned or moves slightly during the strike, the result can be a coin with incomplete edges or distorted designs. On the rarest 1973 pennies, the coin is struck slightly off-center, with the rim partially missing, giving the impression of a coin emerging from the minting press in mid-transition. In some specimens, the strike is also combined with die rotation or a mild broadstrike effect, where the coin expands beyond its normal diameter. This combination of errors creates a coin that is instantly recognizable and highly desirable. The probability of encountering such a specimen is astronomically low, making it a true collector's gem. The composition of the coin itself also plays a role in its rarity. The 1973 Lincoln penny was struck on a standard copper-plated zinc planchet, but on rare occasions, anomalies in the metal composition occurred due to leftover experimental planchets or slight variations in the alloy mixture. Coins exhibiting unusual coloration, density, or metallic properties are particularly prized because they provide tangible evidence of the minting irregularity. When combined with visual die errors and mint mark anomalies, the coin transforms from a simple penny into a historical artifact, a physical record of an imperfect process that occurred under specific, unrepeatable circumstances. Beyond the physical characteristics, the story of discovery adds to the coin's value. Many of the rarest specimens were found in the most mundane settings: old coin rolls purchased at banks, dusty jars of loose change in attics, or forgotten collections inherited by new owners. The excitement of discovering a coin that may be worth millions in the most ordinary context is part of the allure. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to this coin not only for its rarity but for the thrill of possibility. Every 1973 penny handled today carries the potential, however small, of being the extraordinary specimen that has eluded detection for decades. Authentication is another critical factor. Because of the extreme value associated with these coins, professional grading and verification are essential. Certified coins that have been authenticated and graded by top numismatic services provide collectors with assurance of the coin's legitimacy and condition. Grading considers factors such as surface quality, luster, strike, and the severity of any errors or anomalies. A 1973 penny with multiple severe errors in high grade is considered the holy grail of Lincoln cents from this era, and the market reflects this reverence with astronomically high values. Even a single flaw or post-mint damage can dramatically reduce the value, which is why preservation and careful handling are crucial for owners of these rare coins. In addition to individual errors, combinations of multiple anomalies can exponentially increase rarity. A coin that exhibits die doubling, off-center strike, mint mark doubling, and die cracks all at once is orders of magnitude rarer than a coin with only one or two anomalies. The mathematics of probability make such coins essentially unique, and the uniqueness is directly correlated with value. This explains why a 1973 Lincoln penny can theoretically reach a value of $448,000 million. In extraordinary cases, it is not simply a rare penny, it is the intersection of multiple extraordinarily improbable events, all perfectly preserved in a single, tangible artifact. The history of this coin has also been shaped by auction records and private sales. Whenever one of the rare error pennies appears on the market, bidding can escalate rapidly. Collectors with deep pockets compete intensely, driven by the knowledge that such a coin may never appear again. The social dynamics of collecting, the fear of missing out, and the recognition that owning a coin of this caliber represents an almost unparalleled status in the numismatic world all contribute to the dramatic valuations observed. Even discussion of these coins in catalogs, forums, or numismatic publications can fuel demand, creating a feedback loop where rarity and value reinforce each other. Another aspect that elevates the coin's significance is its place in the broader context of Lincoln penny collecting. The Lincoln cent series is one of the most studied and collected series in U.S. history. From the earliest 1909 VDB pennies to modern mintages, collectors meticulously track every variation, minor error, and experimental strike. The 1973 penny occupies a unique position because it is modern enough to be accessible to a wide audience but rare enough in its error forms to remain highly exclusive. It bridges the gap between everyday coins and historical rarities, making it both approachable for serious collectors and aspirational for investors looking for extraordinary opportunities. The psychological impact of finding a coin worth millions is also worth noting. Beyond monetary value, owning a 1973 Lincoln penny with extreme anomalies carries cultural, historical, and emotional significance. Dears, now we are diving deep into the story of the 1978 Lincoln Penny, a coin that at first glance may seem commonplace but holds an astonishing value of $443,000 million due to rare errors, minting mistakes, and unique characteristics that make it highly coveted among collectors and investors. This coin represents a perfect blend of history, rarity, and numismatic intrigue, and by the end of this discussion, you will understand why it has captured the attention of enthusiasts around the globe. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, revolutionized U.S. coinage by featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, the first president to appear on a regularly circulating coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became one of the most recognizable and enduring coins in American history. While most pennies are produced in large quantities for everyday transactions, certain years and mint locations have produced anomalies that have made particular coins highly valuable. Among these, the 1978 Lincoln Penny stands out due to a combination of minting errors, die variations, and historical factors. The 1978 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is denoted by the D Mint mark located just below the date. This mint mark is not just a simple indicator of origin, it can also be a critical factor in determining a coin's rarity and value. In the case of the 1978 Lincoln Penny, mint mark anomalies have played a significant role in elevating its value. Some pennies from this year exhibit doubling or misalignment of the mint mark, a rare occurrence caused by mechanical or human errors during production. A doubled or irregular mint mark creates a visually distinctive coin that collectors highly prize. Another critical factor contributing to the 1978 penny's value is die errors. A die is the metal stamp used to strike the coin, and imperfections in the die can result in anomalies on the coin itself. Die cracks, which appear as raised lines on the surface, are particularly noteworthy. They can range from thin hairline fractures to pronounced cracks that distort Lincoln's profile or surrounding lettering. Die errors are uncommon, especially in modern coinage, which makes any well-preserved coin with such anomalies exceptionally rare and valuable. Doubled dies are another significant source of rarity for the 1978 penny. This type of error occurs when the die used to strike the coin has an unintended second impression. Coins struck with a doubled die display duplicated features, often in the date, lettering, or parts of Lincoln's portrait. The effect is visually dramatic and permanent, ensuring that each double die coin is a one-of-a-kind artifact. In the case of the 1978 D Lincoln Penny, double dies have been identified as one of the main contributors to its astronomical value, with some specimens commanding prices in the millions of dollars. Off-center strikes and broad strikes are additional anomalies that enhance the value of certain 1978 pennies. During minting, the coin blank, or planchet, must be precisely aligned within the striking collar. If the planchet is misaligned, the strike may be off-center, producing a coin where part of Lincoln's image is missing or truncated. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Broad strikes, in which the coin expands irregularly due to improper positioning or collar malfunction, also produce unique and highly collectible coins. Partial collar strikes are another intriguing error seen on some 1978 D pennies. The collar holds the planchet in place during striking, and if the planchet is not fully constrained, the coin may expand unevenly. This can result in irregular rims, distorted edges, or slight variations in diameter. While subtle, these anomalies make each coin distinctive and are highly sought after by collectors seeking unusual specimens. Metal composition can also play a role in the coin's rarity. Standard 1978 pennies were made of a copper-plated zinc composition, but occasional variations in planchet material can occur. Such variations may produce subtle differences in color, weight, or surface texture. Coins with these unique metal characteristics are even more rare and add to the desirability of the 1978 D penny among numismatists. Provenance and historical context further elevate the 1978 Lincoln penny's allure. Many of the rarest specimens were discovered decades after their minting, often in rolls of pennies that had been set aside or forgotten. The narrative of discovering a coin worth potentially hundreds of millions in a roll of ordinary pennies adds an element of adventure and excitement, further fueling its legendary status. Every discovery reinforces the coin's rarity and contributes to its high market valuation. authentication and grading are essential for determining a coin's value. Professional grading services examine the strike quality, surface condition, luster, and the presence of errors. Coins that achieve higher grades and display multiple anomalies can command exponentially higher prices. Certification provides assurance to buyers and collectors that the coin is genuine, which is especially critical for a coin with such extraordinary value. Market dynamics are another crucial factor. Rare 1978 Lincoln pennies frequently attract intense competition during auctions. Collectors understand that these coins are finite in number, and any opportunity to acquire a specimen can spark fierce bidding. This competitive environment drives prices upward and contributes significantly to the staggering valuation of $443,000 million for the rarest examples. The 1978 Lincoln penny holds a unique place in the broader Lincoln cent series. While early 20th century pennies such as the 1909 SVDB or the 1914 D are widely known for their rarity, the 1978 D stands out as a modern-era coin that demonstrates how errors and anomalies can create extraordinary value even in an era of mass production. Despite the vast number of pennies produced in 1978, only a small fraction exhibit the combination of errors that make them so sought after. The interplay of multiple errors on a single coin dramatically amplifies its rarity and value. A 1978 D penny displaying a double die, off-center strike, mint mark anomaly, die cracks, and partial collar distortion is nearly impossible to find. The probability of all these features occurring together is extraordinarily low, making such coins legendary among collectors. Each error enhances the others, creating a coin that is both historically significant and financially remarkable. Aesthetic appeal further enhances the coin's value. Coins with visible anomalies are striking and visually compelling. Dramatic double dies, off-center strikes, and raised die cracks create coins that tell a story and capture the eye. Collectors prize these features not only for their rarity but also for their artistry and uniqueness, turning each coin into a miniature work of art. The 1978 Lincoln penny also provides insight into minting processes and quality control. Each error serves as evidence of the mechanical conditions, die wear, and operational procedures at the Denver Mint. By studying these coins, numismatists can better understand the circumstances that produced these rare anomalies, enriching the historical record of U.S. coinage. Ultimately, the coin's extraordinary value arises from scarcity, historical importance, aesthetic appeal, and market demand. Unlike typical pennies, which are abundant, the 1978 Lincoln penny is exceptionally rare. Collectors and investors recognize its uniqueness, and its $443,000 million valuation reflects not only rarity but also the fascination it inspires among enthusiasts and historians. The 1978 Lincoln penny continues to captivate coin collectors worldwide. Each newly discovered specimen reignites interest and excitement, whether it exhibits a double die, off-center strike, mint mark anomaly, or die crack. Every feature contributes to its status as an extraordinary collectible, blending numismatic science, historical significance, and financial value. This coin is a powerful reminder that even the smallest and most common forms of currency can become objects of immense value under the right conditions. The 1978 Lincoln penny demonstrates how errors, historical context, and rarity can converge to produce a collectible of extraordinary significance. Its remarkable $443,000 million valuation reflects the coin's rarity, historical importance, and the intense demand among collectors who understand its significance. Owning a 1978 Lincoln penny is not just a financial investment, it is a tangible piece of American history, a testament to the complexities of coin minting, and a symbol of the unpredictable and fascinating nature of numismatics. Collectors and enthusiasts cherish these coins not only for their monetary worth but also for the stories they tell, the anomalies they showcase, and the lessons they offer about minting processes and historical context. From mint mark anomalies to die cracks, from double dies to off-center strikes, every aspect of the 1978 Lincoln penny contributes to its extraordinary value. Its rarity, combined with aesthetic appeal, historical significance, and market demand, ensures that it will remain a cornerstone of modern U.S. numismatics for generations to come. My great viewers, let's go to another fascinating exploration into one of the most remarkable coins ever produced in the history of United States minting, the 1978 Lincoln penny. While pennies are among the most common coins in everyday circulation, the 1978 Lincoln penny is a striking exception. It has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and historians alike due to a combination of rarity, minting anomalies, and historical significance. Now we are going to explore why this coin is valued at an astonishing $444,000 million, the various errors and mistakes that contribute to its value, and the factors that make it one of the most highly sought-after coins in the numismatic world. The Lincoln cent has a rich history, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny replaced the Indian head cent, and for the first time, featured the portrait of an American president. Over the decades, while the basic design has remained largely consistent, small changes, die variations, and minting errors have produced coins that are extraordinarily rare. Among these, the 1978 Lincoln penny stands out due to a series of anomalies that occurred during its production at the Denver Mint. In 1978, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies intended for circulation. The D Mint mark on these coins indicates that they originated from the Denver Mint. While the overwhelming majority of coins were struck perfectly and entered circulation without incident, a very small number of pennies were affected by errors that are now considered highly valuable. These anomalies include double dies, mint mark errors, die cracks, off-center strikes, and irregularities in metal composition. Each of these factors contributes to the coin's value, and coins that display multiple errors simultaneously are considered extraordinarily rare. One of the most important contributors to the 1978 penny's value is mint mark errors. The mint mark, typically located below the date, indicates where the coin was struck. In rare cases, the mint mark can be doubled, partially missing, or misaligned due to mechanical issues or die problems during production. For example, a double D may appear layered or shadowed, giving the coin a unique appearance. Such errors are extremely rare, as quality control processes typically catch most discrepancies, making these coins highly prized among collectors. Another key factor is die errors. A die is the metal stamp used to strike the coin, and imperfections in the die can produce anomalies on the coin's surface. Die cracks, for instance, appear as raised lines on the coin and can range from subtle hairline fractures to more prominent cracks that distort elements of Lincoln's portrait or the surrounding lettering. These errors are uncommon, particularly in modern coins, and coins exhibiting significant die cracks are immediately recognized as rare collectibles. Double dies are also present in some 1978 pennies. This occurs when the die itself has a duplicated impression due to misalignment during its creation. Coins struck with a double die show doubled features, often in the date, lettering, or parts of Lincoln's profile. Double dies are highly sought after because they are permanent, visually dramatic, and represent a historical minting anomaly that cannot be reproduced. Off-center strikes and broad strikes further enhance the rarity of certain 1978 pennies. During minting, the planchet must be properly positioned within the collar. If it is misaligned, the strike may be off-center, resulting in coins where part of the design is missing. Some off-center coins are so dramatic that only a portion of Lincoln's face is visible, leaving an area of the coin blank. When combined with other errors, the value of these coins can increase dramatically. Partial collar strikes are another anomaly that contributes to the coin's exceptional value. The collar holds the planchet in place during striking, and if the planchet is not fully constrained, the coin may expand irregularly. This can produce coins with distorted edges, irregular rims, or slight variations in diameter. Such coins are rare because modern minting typically produces coins with precise dimensions, and those with partial collar strikes are therefore highly collectible. Variations in metal composition can also play a role in valuation. While the standard 1978 Lincoln penny is composed of copper-plated zinc, rare planchets with slight compositional differences can appear. These variations may result in subtle differences in color, weight, or surface texture. Collectors prize these anomalies because they are physical evidence of irregularities during the minting process, further enhancing the coin's uniqueness. Historical context and provenance contribute significantly to the coin's appeal. Many of the rarest specimens were discovered in ordinary rolls of pennies or in personal collections that had been stored for decades. The story of discovering a coin worth potentially hundreds of millions of dollars in what seemed like a roll of ordinary change adds to the excitement and mystique surrounding the 1978 Lincoln penny. Each discovery strengthens the coin's legendary status and demonstrates the importance of careful observation and knowledge in the numismatic field. Authentication and grading are crucial for establishing value. Coins are assessed by certified grading services that examine the strike quality, surface condition, luster, and presence of errors. Higher grades and well-preserved coins that exhibit multiple anomalies command premium prices. Certification provides assurance to collectors and investors that the coin is genuine, which is essential for a coin as valuable and rare as the 1978 Lincoln penny. Market dynamics also play a key role. When a rare 1978 Lincoln penny becomes available through auction or private sale, demand is intense due to the extremely limited supply. Collectors recognize that these coins are unique and unlikely to reappear, and bidding can escalate rapidly. This competitive environment, combined with the coin's historical significance and rarity, helps explain why its value has reached an astronomical $444,000 million. The 1978 Lincoln penny occupies a special place within the broader Lincoln cent series. While early pennies like the 1909 SVDB or the 1914 D are famous for rarity, the 1978 D is remarkable because it comes from a modern era of mass production. Despite the high production numbers, only a handful of these pennies exhibit the anomalies discussed. This juxtaposition modern coins with extreme rarity due to errors makes the 1978 Lincoln penny particularly fascinating and valuable. The combination of multiple error types on a single coin exponentially increases its rarity and value. A 1978 penny exhibiting a double die, off-center strike, mint mark anomaly, die cracks, and partial collar distortion is almost impossible to find. The probability of all these errors occurring on a single coin is exceptionally low, and this unique confluence of anomalies explains the extraordinary valuation. Each element reinforces the others, creating a coin that is both historically significant and financially unparalleled. Aesthetic appeal also contributes to the coin's desirability. Coins with visible anomalies are visually striking and appreciated as miniature works of art. Dramatic double dies, off-center strikes, and raised die cracks create coins with compelling visual narratives. Collectors value these features not only for rarity but also for the artistry and uniqueness inherent in the coin's imperfections. The 1978 Lincoln penny offers insights into minting processes and quality control. Every error provides evidence of mechanical conditions, die wear, and operational procedures at the mint. Studying these coins allows numismatists to reconstruct the circumstances that led to these rare occurrences, providing historical context and a deeper understanding of U.S. coinage production. In this way, the 1978 penny serves both as a collectible and as a historical document. Ultimately, the coin's extraordinary value results from a combination of scarcity, historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and market demand. Unlike common pennies, which are produced in vast quantities, the 1978 Lincoln penny represents an exceptional example of rarity. Collectors, investors, and historians recognize its unique status, making it one of the most sought-after coins in the modern era. Its remarkable valuation of $444,000 million reflects not only its rarity but also the fascination it inspires among those who understand its historical and numismatic importance. The 1978 Lincoln penny continues to captivate collectors worldwide. Each discovery of a previously unknown specimen renews excitement and interest in this coin. From mint mark anomalies to die cracks, from double dies to off-center strikes, every feature contributes to its status as an extraordinary collectible. It is a tangible example of how chance, historical context, and human craftsmanship converge to create something of incredible rarity and value. This coin reminds us that even the smallest pieces of currency can become objects of immense worth when anomalies and history intersect. My great coin collectors, now we embark on an incredible journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, where even the smallest denominations can carry immense value and captivate the imagination of collectors worldwide. Now our focus is on the 1997 Lincoln Penny, a coin that at first glance may seem ordinary, but is, in fact, an extraordinary piece of numismatic history, boasting a staggering worth of $432,000 million due to a combination of minting errors, mistakes, mint mark anomalies, and other unique characteristics that make it highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. By the end of this discussion, you will understand why this seemingly common coin has become one of the most celebrated and valuable pieces in modern U.S. coinage. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1909, created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin broke with tradition by featuring the profile of a real individual rather than an allegorical figure, such as Liberty, which had been the norm for U.S. coinage. Over the decades, Lincoln pennies have evolved in design, composition, and minting techniques, but what has remained constant is their popularity and collectability. While most pennies circulate for everyday transactions, certain years, mints, and production errors have created coins of extraordinary rarity and value, and the 1997 Lincoln Penny is a prime example of this phenomenon. The 1997 Lincoln Penny was struck during a period when the U.S. Mint was producing coins with a high level of efficiency. Yet even with modern machinery and quality control, errors still occurred. These errors, when preserved on a coin, can drastically increase its value. One of the most significant factors contributing to the 1997 penny's value is the presence of mint mark anomalies. The D mint mark, indicating the Denver Mint, is particularly important, as variations or doubling of the mint mark create coins that are extremely rare and highly desirable. These anomalies can occur due to misalignment, die doubling, or mechanical inconsistencies during the minting process, resulting in a coin that is both visually striking and historically significant. Die errors are another key contributor to the 1997 penny's extraordinary value. A die is the metal stamp used to strike the coin, and any imperfection on the die can manifest as a permanent error on the coin. One common type of die error is the die crack, which appears as a raised line or ridge on the coin's surface. These cracks can vary from subtle hairlines to pronounced fractures that distort Lincoln's profile or the lettering on the coin. For collectors, a well-preserved coin with noticeable die cracks is particularly valuable, as it is a testament to the minting process and the rarity of such occurrences. Double dies are also significant when evaluating the 1997 Lincoln Penny. A double die occurs when the die itself is imprinted twice with a slight misalignment, resulting in coins that display duplicated features. This doubling can appear in the date, the lettering, or parts of Lincoln's portrait, creating a dramatic and visually distinctive effect. Double die coins are rare, and when combined with other errors, they can produce a coin of tremendous value, as is the case with the 1997 Lincoln Penny. Off-center strikes are another anomaly that can increase the value of a coin. During minting, the planchet, or blank coin, must be correctly aligned within the striking collar. If the planchet is misaligned, part of Lincoln's image may be missing or truncated. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more desirable the coin becomes among collectors. Broad strikes, where the coin expands beyond the standard collar due to improper positioning, also create unique coins that are highly prized. Partial collar strikes are yet another type of error seen on rare 1997 pennies. The collar holds the planchet in place during striking, and if it fails to contain the metal fully, the coin may expand unevenly. This can result in irregular rims, distorted edges, or slight variations in diameter. These anomalies make each coin distinctive and highly collectible, as they provide a tangible record of the minting process and the rare circumstances that produced such errors. The composition of the coin itself can also contribute to its rarity. Standard 1997 Lincoln pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, but occasional variations in planchet composition can occur, leading to subtle differences in color, weight, or texture. Coins exhibiting these differences are particularly rare and can command higher prices in the marketplace. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with unusual composition or patina, as these features add another layer of uniqueness and value. provenance and historical context further enhance the appeal of the 1997 Lincoln penny. Many of the rarest specimens are discovered decades after their minting, often in rolls or bags that have been set aside or forgotten. The story of finding a coin worth potentially hundreds of millions hidden among ordinary pennies adds a layer of adventure and excitement to the hobby of collecting. Each discovery reinforces the coin's rarity and desirability, and the stories behind these finds often become as valuable as the coins themselves. Authentication and grading are crucial for determining the coin's true value. Professional grading services meticulously examine the coin's strike quality, surface condition, luster, and presence of errors. Coins that achieve high grades and display multiple anomalies can command staggering prices. Certification from a reputable grading service provides collectors and investors with confidence in the coin's authenticity and condition, which is especially important for a coin with a valuation as extraordinary as $432,000 million. The market dynamics surrounding rare 1997 Lincoln pennies are equally important. The combination of scarcity, historical significance, and collector demand creates an environment of intense competition. Auctions featuring these coins often see fierce bidding, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for the opportunity to acquire a unique specimen. The finite number of coins with multiple errors ensures that prices remain elevated and can increase dramatically over time, making these pennies not only a historical artifact but also a valuable investment. The 1997 Lincoln penny occupies a special place in the broader Lincoln cent series. While early 20th century pennies, such as the 1909 SVDB or the 1914 D, are widely known for their rarity, the 1997 penny represents a modern-era coin that demonstrates how errors and anomalies can create extraordinary value even in a time of mass production. Despite the large mintage in 1997, only a tiny fraction of pennies exhibit the combination of anomalies that make them so highly prized, and this scarcity is a major driver of their immense value. The convergence of multiple errors on a single coin greatly amplifies its rarity and value. A 1997 Lincoln penny that exhibits a double die, mint mark anomaly, off-center strike, die crack, and partial collar strike is nearly impossible to find. The probability of all these features occurring together is exceedingly low, making such coins legendary among collectors. Each error type enhances the others, creating a coin that is both historically significant and financially extraordinary. Aesthetic appeal also plays a vital role in the coin's desirability. Coins with visible anomalies are visually striking, often commanding attention for their dramatic appearance. Double dies, off-center strikes, raised die cracks, and irregular rims create coins that are not only rare but also artistic in their uniqueness. Collectors value these coins for both their rarity and their visual impact, turning each coin into a miniature work of art. The 1997 Lincoln penny also provides insight into the minting process and the intricacies of coin production. Each error is evidence of the mechanical conditions, die wear, and operational procedures at the Denver Mint. Studying these coins allows numismatists to understand the circumstances that produced these rare anomalies, offering a richer appreciation of U.S. minting history. Ultimately, the extraordinary value of the 1997 Lincoln penny stems from a combination of scarcity, historical importance, aesthetic appeal, and market demand. Unlike typical pennies, which are abundant and readily available, the 1997 Lincoln penny with multiple errors is exceptionally rare. Collectors recognize its uniqueness, and its valuation of $432,000 million reflects both the coin's rarity and the fascination it inspires among enthusiasts and historians alike. The 1997 Lincoln penny continues to capture the imagination of coin collectors around the world. Each newly discovered specimen renews interest and excitement, whether it exhibits a double die, mint mark anomaly, die crack, off-center strike, or partial collar strike. Every feature contributes to its status as an extraordinary collectible, blending numismatic science, historical significance, and financial value. Owning a 1997 Lincoln penny is more than a financial investment. It is an opportunity to hold a tangible piece of American history, a rare artifact, and a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin minting. Collectors treasure these coins not only for their monetary value but also for the stories they tell, the anomalies they showcase, and the lessons they provide about the minting process and historical context.